UK driving test, Coventry, on the 11th of April 2025. This is a real driving test with a real examiner and a real candidate stroke learner. The DVSA call them candidates, learner in the car, and also me. I'm sitting in the back there just as a observer. So we're coming along here along Bayton Road. So we've turned left out of the driving test centre onto Bayton Road, and already we can see there are lorries manoeuvring in front of us, as always happens. So it's a very sunny day, isn't it? We had some really nice weather in April, and hopefully that'll continue on into May, and we'll have a real good summer. See the blue car in front of us is moving on now. There is a space, so we're moving on as well. Very, very nicely done. So got off to a good start, really. Dealt with the lorries. Bayton Road is a bit of a hill, isn't it, as you climb up here. And there's parked cars on the left, so he's given them a good wide berth. There you go, good wide berth.
After 300 yards, go straight on.
Okay. And I know it said it on the video at the start there, but spoiler alert, he's passed, and he's passed with flying colours. So well done. This is James, not Jamie, by the way. Don't call him Jamie. It's James, or Jim. Don't call him Jim. No, my name's James. Sorry, James. There you go. But that's it. So we're just pulling up here, and we're at the kind of red traffic light, aren't we? So he's passed really well, and he's made it look easy, and that's always nice, isn't it? It's always nice. There is going to be one or two little faults, so see if you can spot them as we follow the road around, as we follow the route around, should I say. You can see the space in front of the car here. That does look a little long, but it's not. It's just a camera angle. And we're just waiting for the lights to change. They're just changing now, so everything should move on. We're quite a way back, so you know, at this point you're wondering, aren't you? So I wonder if I'll get through, you know, without having to stop again. Let's just see if that does happen. It's moved with the traffic, so that's nice as well.
After 100 yards, go straight on.
And the SatNav, so you'll hear that we're following the SatNav right from the very start.
Straight on.
And actually we didn't get through, but we are the lead car. And we're going to stop there. That's brilliant. Okay, yeah, so we are the lead car. That's fine. So because we're following the SatNav, there wasn't hardly any conversation between the examiner and the learner in this video. So you'll hear the background noise disappear every now and again, but it won't be very often because they didn't hardly say anything to each other, which made the atmosphere really dry and a bit strange. But anyway, there you go. He's got through, so we're not complaining. And now we're just thinking about when these lights are going to change, and obviously the traffic from either side will have to come to a stop. They'll have to go to red before we go to green. So that's our first clue on that one. Obviously very, very, very busy road that we're crossing here, and you know, lots of traffic on it. So they're all waiting in the centre there, aren't they, ready to go? And our lights have gone to green. As we move forward, you'll see that the way will clear. One's going to nip in front of us there, a bit cheeky, but you have plenty of time, so no problem. And we're going to carry on along here. This is School Lane then, School Lane. And we're going to pull in and park on the left along here. So the examiner's asking him to do that now, to pull in and park on the left, just after the next junction. So I've had quite a few over the time that I've been doing this, but quite a few students that say to me, "Oh, no one's ever asked me to pull in and park here before. You know, do they do that on test?" Well, here's your evidence. They absolutely do. Yeah. And it's quite a strange place to pull in and park because you'll never see anyone else parked there. But there you go. That's what they do. They get you to pull in and park there, and away you go, as we can see. So this is School Lane. It is a 30-mile-an-hour road, even though it's going to look like it should be more as we travel down it. On the right, very often there's one of them camera vans, you know, the police ones with the cameras in to catch people out. Not there today. and we're just making good progress along here
At the
then
end
now.
of the road, turn left.
And the SatNav's just asked him to turn left at the end of the road there, hasn't he? And oh, we've now got a cyclist to deal with as well. So we need to know where the cyclist is going. He's hanging back behind the cyclist. Looks like they're also going left. In fact, they are. There you go. And we're just going to make our way up to the end there. Going to just about now drop in the car into first gear, looking and moving on. Very, very nicely done. We're on to Church Lane now. So we went from School Lane to Church Lane, and as we go under the bridge, we'll see how close to the cyclist or how far away we are from him. The sun is very bright on this, or was very bright on this day, and everyone was absolutely, everyone thought it was brilliant because we're having sunshine in April, which we're not used to. Anyway, what he's doing is staying behind the cyclist. There's a bend ahead, isn't there?
200 yards, bear left.
So there's a bend ahead, so he can't really overtake the cyclist. Also, there's a junction on the left there, and we're about to. It said, we're about to turn left ourselves, aren't we? As well, so no point in overtaking the cyclist now. He's just going to stay behind him. And you can see the guy there on the bike is working really hard to get up the hill. And the SatNav actually said bear left there, didn't it? Bear left. And what it meant was turn left. So you can't always rely exactly on what Sally SatNav says. She said bear left there. There's a few examples of that in Hinckley as well, where it says bear this and bear that. And also one in Nuneaton I can think of where it says bear right, and what it means is turn right. So you just have to look at what the road is doing as well as what the SatNav is saying. And there you go. He's given the cyclist a good wide berth. He's got beyond, and then he's getting back in there. So fantastic there again. This St Giles Road is quite the hill as well. So we're making our way up the hill, and you can see there's cars parked on both sides, which potentially means it's going to be a less space.
300 yards, turn left.
Potentially a less space, less speed, and this is a prime example of that. We've gone through, didn't really seem to slow down very much. Was that one of the faults? What do you think? And again, this is a less space, less speed. This time he has slowed down a little bit, and we're going to go left at the end. Going to move up, and again I'm going to slow the car right down. I'm going to have a good look, so I'm going to creep up, look, and then creep out. So there is traffic on the road. That's it. There you go. So he's creeping out now, and that puts us onto wheel right lane. We're working our way around this test route quite nicely, aren't we, at the moment? Wheel right lane is very, very long road from there, from St Giles down to the the big traffic lights, the big crossroads, but he will be asked to pull in and park on the left along here as well. Not quite yet. There is a point on this road where it widens out quite a bit, and he's going to be doing it there. Is that another cyclist? Oh, he's turned off. Lots of cyclists. When you get the sunny weather, you do get lots of cyclists come out. Yeah, it's almost like they've hibernated, and then as soon as the sun comes out they come. Anyway, just along here, gone past the bus stop, and he's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left. And you can see from the curb that the road has widened out a little bit, and so they're going to pull in and park on the left here. So here's another place where they do that. Just pulling up, and he's going to stop next to a bit of raised curb. Very, very good. Stop the car, and all the examiner's saying to him now is thank you very much, drive on when you're ready, and when he's ready he will drive on. To be ready, he's got to wait for a space, hasn't he? He's got to wait for a gap behind, and you can see quite a bit of traffic has come through. You must remember, by the way, to put your indicator on. Look over your right shoulder just before you move into your blind spot, and away you go. And then once you do get moving, you've got to get going. You've got to try and get up to the speed of the road, and that's exactly what he's doing there.
After 300 yards, turn right, then turn left.
Okay, so SatNav said in 300 yards, so she doesn't mean this junction, does she? She doesn't mean to turn right at these lights. what she means is 300 yards. So the way that the SatNav works is that she'll tell you early on, then she'll tell you again, and sometimes again she'll tell you again. So she says everything 2 or 3 times, just so you can kind of gauge exactly where the junction is that she wants you to take. Also, obviously, you can see the screen from the SatNav from his driving position as well, so he knows it's not this junction. But yeah, so Sally SatNav will say everything 3 times. It's not nagging. It's not nagging. It's just she wants you to be absolutely aware of where we're going. Okay, our lights should change soon, shouldn't we? We'll have to wait for the the traffic that's crossing us to stop, and that'll be our first clue that our lights are about to change. So there they go. The traffic's kind of stopped now, and now our lights are changing. So that's fine, isn't it? So we know it's not that one. She'll say it again to turn right and then left. So let's see how many times. She said it once. Let's see how many times she says that.
After 100 yards, turn right, then turn left.
So that's twice.
Turn right, then turn left.
That's 3 times. So you can see as you get closer, she'll say it more often. So she doesn't mean this left, this bend, by the way. She doesn't mean turn left at this bend. There's a junction just along here where she's going to want you to turn left. It's very tight. It's a very, very sharp, tight road.
After 100 yards, turn left.
So this is a first gear corner.
Turn left.
There you go. She said it 3 times again. It's a first gear corner. You have to go very, very slow just to keep yourself in on the left and not go onto the wrong side of the road. And he's done that brilliantly well. We're on Parkville Highway, and he's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left again here. And this is so they can do an angled start. So we're pulling up behind this parked car. This parked car is very often there. And if this one's not there, there's more cars parked along the road here that they can use. And this is going to be an angled start. So again, the examiner's just pulled him over on the left, said drive on when you're ready, and away we go. The trick is to keep away from the parked car, and then when you're out, again, get up to the speed of the road as soon as you can. Be quite brisk, depending on the conditions, and he's done that exactly well, exactly right, hasn't he? So very, very, very good again. All these kind of junctions and all the maneuver parts, he was always very good. He's always been very, very good at those. The general driver, the kind of perception of what's ahead and the kind of forward planning, he had to work on that quite a lot, and he did work on it quite a lot. And once he'd got the concept, he was absolutely brilliant. And it's been it's been a few weeks where he's been very, very good, and it's just been practice. So I absolutely expected him to pass, which he has done, and he's pulled out all the stops there. He's just holding back a little bit. So there's an example. He's just holding back a bit. The white car pulled out in front of him there, didn't he? But he didn't panic. He didn't get close to it. He just held back a little bit, let the white Audi go, and then he's just now pulled up behind it. Very, very sweet. And again, this angle makes it look a bit like he's too far back. He's not. It's just a camera angle. But there you go. So that's what he had to work on the most, and he did work on it. And once he got the concept of it, it was brilliant. Okay, anyway, we're waiting for these lights to go back to green again, aren't we? We seem to have stopped at all the red lights. All the traffic lights seem to be on red so far. But here we go. We're going to go through there now. And this changes after this crossroads from Parkville to Beak Avenue, I believe. Yeah, Beak Avenue. There you go. So it changes to that. And now the SatNav is going to ask him to go off to take the next road on the left. And the noise in the background is quieting down because now they are actually talking to each other. Or I should say the examiner's talking to him. What would you normally be doing at this time of the day? Okay, so we're coming into Chesham Road, and it's a 20-mile-an-hour road. And again, we're going to be pulling in on the left here. Has he got too close to the red van? Is he double parked? He's actually not double parked, so that's quite nice. Has he left enough room? Nah, that's questionable. Okay, but anyway, we're going to do a parallel park using the white car that's parked in front of us. And again, you know, his maneuvers, his reversing were always brilliant. He got them pretty quickly. And we're going to go up next to the white car here, or silver car. And here's my method. So we drive past it a little bit, stop, good look all around. Then we're going to move back very, very slowly. Keep looking over your shoulders, but very, very slowly. When the two cars are level at the back, then we're going to do half left. And that's all he's going to do. And there it is, half left. And that gets you the angle to get in. That's all you need. And then the parking assist is going to make a triangle with the curb. And when it does, it'll put a full right lock on, which is 2 complete circles of the steering wheel, isn't it, from your half left. So 2 complete circles, and there they go. And you can see that's put him right behind the silver car. The road surface is a bit bumpy, so we're kind of stopping and starting a little bit there. Okay, that's nice. And he's just going to straighten the wheels up a little bit as he comes back. And that is how you park a car. That is very, 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 very good parking. Yes, that's brilliant. And he's just followed the system. That's all it is. Follow the system. Job done. And examiner's saying now, thank you very much. When you're ready, drive on. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Brilliant. Okay, you're going to hear the SatNav. Well, let's hear what she says. This is just a bend in the road. Oh,
bear right.
Bear right.
Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Okay, so she said bear left at was actual junction, and now it's just a bend in the road. She says bear right. So again, you know, don't just trust the SatNav, but you know, also be aware of what the road surface is telling you to do as well. And there you go. So we're coming up to the end. This is quite the hill, quite the gradient to get up this bit. And we're going to turn right onto Rotherham Road, which is also a 20-mile-an-hour road. And this now is quite the hill. And we'll be doing a hill start along here somewhere. But I think he has to pull in just after the white car here. And yep, there you go. It's going to pull in there. And we're going to stop. Now, this is quite the gradient. This is more of a gradient than I've seen on previous tests. So it's a bit more of a challenge. But there is always an angled start. There is always a hill start, which is this. And there is always lots of pulling in and parking and then pulling off again. So practice all of those things as well as your manoeuvres. And, you know, that will take you a long way forward. You're just waiting for the road to clear. This is going to be a perfect hill start, by the way. I don't expect anything less from James than that. So let's just see. There you go. Absolutely no problem at all. It's like he's born to it, isn't it, really? So it's still a 20-mile-an-hour zone.
At the end of the road, turn left.
Okay, so at the end, we're going to turn left. And that's going to take us back from Rotherham Road onto Beak Avenue.
Turn left.
And also back into the 30-mile-an-hour zone now as well. He's crept up. He's looking. Obviously, there's traffic on the road, so he's just waiting. He's waiting for a nice space, and he's going to move into it. I always say to people, just move into a space that you feel comfortable with, and then, you know, take it from there, really. This is a hill as well, isn't it? They could have done a hill start on here as well. Chose not to. But at some point, he's going to ask James to pull in and park on the left, and that will be the end of the independent driving. Just along here, we're going to get past this junction on the left. I think he says it around about here to pull in on the left. Yep, there you go. Pull in on the left. And I think he's just going to go past this parked car. He could have pulled in just there. But no, he's just gone past this parked car and he's pulling in there as well. So quite wise. He's given him he's given himself a good view of the road ahead. It does look a little bit like he's parked on the double yellow lines. He hasn't. He's definitely not. This is where the double yellow lines park. If you rewind the film or the video a little bit, you can see that actually that's where they start, and he's parked in just before. So this is a perfect position, and it's the end of the independent driving. So that's what the examiner's saying. Okay, he's saying thank you very much. That's the end of the independent driving. I'll direct you as normal from now on. Drive on when you're ready, and he obviously is ready. So there we go. In a few moments, we're going to go over the world's longest speed bump. The world's very longest speed bump we're going to go over here. Let's just see where that happens. And it's going to be any second now. When they first, this is quite a new speed bump they've put in. And when they first put it in, it's a real step up. And they had to come back and redo it again, redo that angle. There you go. So we've gone up. We're going a long way down the road now. It's a good mile, isn't it? There you go. And then we're going to go down the other side. World's longest speed bump. There you go. Guinness Book of Records. You can look that up. And we're going to then turn left when we get to these traffic lights. Turning left. There you go. Next left. So we're on, where are we? Beak Avenue. We're on Beak Avenue. We've come up to the first kind of major crossroads here, really, I suppose you could say. We've come out of Rotherham Road, turn left, and we've got this crossroads, and then we're going to turn left again, coming around here. Again, we're going to wait for the lights to change, and there they go, they've changed, and we're going to move on. Turning left. Okay, that's lovely. And now this brings us on to Barnaby Road. Again, the thing about here is there's temporary lights. There seems to be temporary lights everywhere, doesn't there? All over the place these days, but there's temporary lights here. And it took them a good 7 or 8 minutes to get through these lights. So what I've done is I've edited them out. They've just kind of moved on, stopped, moved on, stopped, moved on, stopped, like that. And that's all they've done, really. So I've edited them out. And here we go. We're actually got to the front of the queue, and we're going through the temporary lights now. So sorry about that, guys. You've missed that bit. I'm sure you would have been riveted by it. But you can see, if you look on the opposite side of the road, just how much inconvenience that's causing on this Friday afternoon, on the 11th of April, on this Friday afternoon. Yeah, it's just horrendous, isn't it? All these people waiting to, trying to get back home from work, the end of the working week. Absolutely frustrated, I'm sure. But as you come down to the end of Barnaby Road here, there's what people call it, the Holbrook roundabouts. And they make a big deal out of it, but it's very easy. Very, very easy. There's 2 roundabouts quite close to each other. I'm going to turn left at the first one and then right at the second one. And the trick is, on the first one, is to look for a blocker. So you're looking for a blocker that's going to stop any traffic from coming onto the roundabout, so that you can move directly into the right-hand lane as you move on. So you'll see what I mean here. We come into the end of the road where the roundabout is, and the bikes moving on. That black car is a blocker. We're going to move out. There's the blocker. Is going to move out. It's going to move directly into the right-hand lane because there's a big space. And then that puts us in a perfect position for the next one, which is down the right turn. And again, as we come up to the end of up to the junction, again, he'll be looking on his right there for a blocker. And there's lots there, isn't there? A few blockers there. So he can now move in. It's made a nice big space as well. So actually very easy, those roundabouts from that direction. And actually, if you know how to do it, it's easy from the other direction as well. This is Holbrook Way. And is the next roundabout is going to come up to. The instructor, the examiner, should I say, just said at the roundabout, take the second exit. But if you look at the road sign here, you can see that's a right turn, can't you? So it's going to be mirror, mirror, signal brake, into gear, and then we're going to steer if it's clear. And it is clear, so it's going to move in. Is it clear? Yep, it is going to move in. So this is a right turn. So again, he's going to check his mirrors, signal down for left, mirror again, lifesaver look, and then he's going to move off. So that's a right turn, and not many people use it like a right turn, but it is one. We're going to keep in on the on the left-hand lane now, and we're going to then merge onto the A444, and we can see that the speed limit has moved up to 50, is merged onto the main road, and this is the A444. And you can see actually from the video, you can tell that we're moving a lot quicker than we were before, and he's getting up to the speed, but ahead of us there's a bit of a queue. So you'll see him just slow down there quite nicely, and he's just coming up to the back of the queue now. So again, very, very nicely done. Good forward planning, and great. And he's dropping the car into first gear at this point, just in case all the traffic moves on, which it is doing. And he's holding it just on the clutch, just for a few seconds, just so he can set a little bit of gas, and away you go. That is nicely done. That's very, very nicely done. And that just shows that he's thinking ahead of himself, isn't he? He's thinking a step ahead of himself all the time. And that's exactly what you need to do. And that's actually the difference. That's the line between passing and failing driving tests. Mostly it is the forward planning. The forward planning, your speed on approach to anything, and your forward planning. That's if you get those two, you're absolutely there, mate. You're absolutely there. Okay, so this roundabout again is going to take the second exit. This next one, this is going to be, I think people still call it the Ricoh roundabout. It's not been the Ricoh roundabout for a year or so now, but there it is. And it's just joining the queue. Someone's going to jump in front of us there. Oh, I didn't notice that while I was sitting in the back. Wow, that was a bit close. All right, so there we are. So we're just moving up with the traffic. And this one's controlled by the traffic lights from this angle, isn't it? And I think it's controlled by all angles from the lights, actually. Anyway, we're just moving up to the back of this queue. See, the lights are on green, but there's still a queue, and we're still having to stop and start. And that just tells you that there's quite a bit of traffic ahead. Lights have gone back to red now, so we're going to just need to wait for a few seconds. The good thing about these lights on this roundabout, on this Ricoh roundabout, is they don't really keep you waiting for too long. But the other thing about them, as you move on, is to be careful not to block the roundabout up. So make sure that you can make your, you can get to the next section so that you're not blocking any of the junction up. There's a red car on the right hand side of the screen there that wants to jump in front as well. I wonder if I think he's going to move in front of the white taxi. Let's just see. Doesn't look like he's aiming to do that. It's certainly indicating. The taxi is holding back. There he goes. He's moved in. Now we're going to move in. We're on green, and we're going to follow this around. And obviously you can see ahead that everything's moving, so we're quite fine to move in, and around we go. Staying in the lane, very important not to skirt over the lines. And we're coming into, again, onto this bit, and this is going to turn into a 50 section again. And we're going to keep up with everyone else. You can see from the video actually, and you'll perhaps gauge from what's happened before we got to the junction there, that the traffic isn't moving at 50, it's moving a little slower than that. But as we get further along this road, it will pick up speed. And we're just going to match that as long as we don't go over the speed limit. Now, you might be wondering why he's changed lanes there. It's because the examiner's asked him to, because when we get to the roundabout, the M69 roundabout, we're going to be following, he said, the B4113 towards Bedford. There you go. B4113 towards Bedford. Bedford. What am I talking about? Bedworth, or Bedeth, as they call it around these parts. Bedeth. So that's it. So it's it's lane 4 is where it is. So that's why he's got him to move over. And we're in lane 4 now, aren't we? Okay. So this is going to be a little bit, it's not tricky. I was going to say it's going to be a little bit tricky, but it's not really. It's just knowing the roundabout, knowing where to be, and knowing how to get around. And here's the trick. Here's the knack to it. You can see in front of us, the lane has 2 lines. It has one on the driver's side, and it has one on the passenger side. And what we're going to do is we're going to be in the correct lane, first of all, which is where we are. Then we're going to use the line on the passenger side as a guide. and we're going to stay close to that line as we go around, and that's going to take us directly into the B4113 for Bedworth. So here we all stop to the lights again. It's a bit faded, but I think you can see the lines there on the passenger side. And what will happen is they will move. So we're next to the roundabout at the moment, aren't we? That line on the passenger side will now move away from the island itself. And we're going to let that guide us out. So we're going to stay next to that line. I'm going to follow that all around. And then that brings us into the B4113. And that is how to do that roundabout. That is how to make sure you're in the correct lane. And now we're in the lane again. Just going to follow this around. Obviously, we're not going along the motorway, so we don't want that one. Going to continue going round and still using that kind of the passenger side line, really, which is now the curb, as our guide. And it's took us to right to the outside of the roundabout, which is kind of telling us that we're going to be on the next one. We're going to be taking the next one off. So if you get stuck on that M69 roundabout, that's the way to do it. You know, use the line on the lane line on the passenger side as your guide, and there you go. You'll always be in the correct position, as he is, and that's brilliant. Now he does something very good here. There's one of them learners in front of us going a bit slow. You know what them learners are like, going a bit slow. So it's a 70-mile-an-hour road. It is clear, so he's going to overtake. And this is quite brave. Not many people do this on the driving test, do they? Yeah, I'm just going to go past, that's fine. That's how confident he was. And now he's going to move back in. So that's brilliant, isn't it? He should pass just for that, because he's used his initiative there. It's very safe. He's used his initiative. And there we go. We're going to take the second left on the roundabout now. So the second left is... So the first left is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a little road on the left, and the second one goes under the motorway bridge. There it is. We're just moving up to the line. So that's the first left, McDonald Drive, and now we're going to use this one here, and this is taking us into Longford Road under the motorway bridge. And you'll know that you're on your way back to the driving test centre now, quite close to it, aren't you? Close to Bayton Road. And we're moving along here, and there's two sets of traffic lights coming up, and we'll be turning right at the second set. And there you go. He's just been asked to show me how you would wash and clean the front windscreen, and he's done that as well. So we've got everything in. And this is a bus stop, and people always ask me, can I wait in the bus stop? Yes, you can wait in the bus stop. You can't park in the bus stop, but you can wait in the traffic queue in it there just for a few seconds. And the lights are about to change, and when they do, we're going to move on. And this is quite the slope as well, isn't it? Quite the hill, quite the gradient. So be careful not to roll back here as well, which obviously he hasn't done. And then we're going to just drive through. Now, are we going to get through these lights first time? Yep, I think we are. There we go, we've gone through. And now it's being asked to, at the next set of lights, turn right, which he's going to do. And that's going to put him behind the blue truck, isn't it, there? So now he's used the outer line, the driver's side line, as his guide, and he's moved that out there. And again, we're caught at red lights. I don't know what he's done to upset the traffic light gods, but they certainly weren't on his side. Well, I say they weren't on his side, but were they? Did they keep giving him lots of breaks, lots of time just to, reassess and to think about what to do next? You know, you could look at it that way, couldn't you? If you have to stop at the red lights all the time, you're the first, the lead driver, really. He's moved into the junction here. He's just going to go really slow. He's trying to time himself to look for a space. There's not going to be one. He will have to wait. Actually, the green arrow has come on, and around you go. So he's done that very, very, very well as well. We're back into Bayton Road. Now, it's important here in Bayton Road, when you come back in, we know there's lots of lorries manoeuvring about normally, don't we? This is a Friday afternoon, so perhaps not so many lorries manoeuvring about. There is one. There you go. Box van just moving out. And he's just going to hold back a little bit. He's going to give the box van time to get out of the way, and then he's going to carry on. That is, again, brilliant. Well done there, James. Well done, matey. So you'll see him turn into the test centre. Spoiler alert again, he has passed. Did you see any faults there? There was one or two, and if you can leave them in the comments, see if you pick them up. But it's an absolute pass. He's an absolute star, and he's done very, very, very well. Congratulations, matey. I'm really pleased for you. And I'm going to turn right into the test centre now. So that's the driving test in Coventry on the 11th of the 4th, 25th. And there you go. Hopefully that's been of some use to you if you've been watching this video. And so thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. He's just about to park up here and he's about to get the good news. The good news, which is, thank you very much. I'm pleased to inform you, you have passed your driving test. Cheers, guys.